Okay, week 7, beginning of week 7 video. Let's do a little of this. I heard this called chicken train. This is kind of modified, but you get the general idea. Also discovered this is a little bit better way, probably develop some speed and breath than chugging, because it's kind of the same thing. You'll hear it. See if I get it right here. That's the basic. I kind of got to get prepped for this because it's almost all draws, and it's really taxing. So let me get kind of situated here. You get the idea. Whew, man, that's a workout for breathing right there. And you could hear where I was having to kind of stop, and I got mixed up a little bit because of the breath, or I was almost out of breath and whatnot. But that's a good one. Almost like being able working on your chugging if you're working on train chugs. Same kind of concept, except with this, the chicken train. It's a little easier for me personally, because it's just it's blow draw. It's not like enunciating 2 syllables like TT or ta-ta for the regular, train chug. With that kind of thing, I'm getting, after I practice for a good while, the speed will develop with that too. But you can tell I can do the chicken train faster than the chugging. That's just me. But you get a kind of a little, cool kind of train chug sound going there. So another thing that I just learned too, what's the name of it here? It's really simple to do.
This is not
something called the Matson Shuffle or whatever. Basically, all you do, and I'm sure it'll work on any key harmonica. It might just happen to be a G, but you just blow your major scale on your key. Starting with the 4 blow. That's your major scale on this one. This is a G harp. But then you just kind of double blow on the holes going up and then going back down, and you kind of add in the chords with it too, and just kind of vamp with it a little bit. Wait a minute. messing up something here. You know, that kind of thing. It's a real easy trick that I just saw this last one. I've done the chicken chain a couple of times, but those are just a couple of real easy tricks to do. Not really tricks, but kind of like riffs or licks that if you're having some issues learning some stuff like I am, I'm trying to learn other songs, and I have basic, some of the basic licks and riffs memorized, but I'm having issues with getting turnarounds put in and when I'm trying to freestyle with accompaniment, with a background track or whatever. So it kind of sounds repetitious. And still, this is kind of early stage. I've only been playing for less than 2 months, but you know, I could do other stuff. You know, that kind of stuff, to give your playing, if you're freestyling, or if you're getting the basics like I did and you're having issues just kind of trying to tie it all together, just play around with what you know, what you've learned, learn a few other simple things like I just demonstrated, the chicken train, the Matson Shuffle, and you can kind of just mess around with, I haven't done it yet, but kind of mess around with throwing all of those together into your freestyling if you're just practicing or jamming by yourself or whatever. So, and forgive me, I keep wanting to look at the screen instead of my camera. My eyes aren't where they're supposed to be right now, but forgive me for that. But my breath, I'm kind of out of breath. I didn't practice Saturday. Well, today's Sunday. What is today? February what? Just for a date check here. 26th. February 26th. It's a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time. I didn't practice Friday. I was doing a lot of, I did a lot of work around the house and in the yard on Friday. By the time I got done, I was just wore out, and I just really didn't have it in me to do any practicing. And I didn't practice yesterday because, again, I felt kind of bad. I've been having issues with migraines this past week. I'm kind of trying to still fight with that right now, doing what I'm doing, but I've kind of forced myself to come in here and do this and get some practice in the day since I've gone really 2 days without any. I blew for maybe a minute yesterday, excuse me, but I just couldn't keep up with it. So I'm kind of trying to make up for that while I'm feeling better today. Anyway, just thought I'd throw those things down pretty quick. The first thing I did is called the chicken train. The second thing I did is called the Matson Shuffle. If you want to look those things up, and there's a guy, I have to subscribe to his channel, but he does a lot of stuff where he teaches you to learn to play the harmonica by ear, and he just does that kind of stuff. The things that I've seen, it's real quick, little licky riff kind of things that are real easy to learn. They're real easy to memorize, and they're real easy to add into other stuff as you learn it. And it helps teach you basic stuff, and the chicken train especially will help with your breathing, your breath, and your stamina with your playing and everything else. And it's also easier on that, I'm finding, to kind of amp a little bit with the chicken train as opposed to the regular chugging. But that's just me. So keep those things in mind. I don't have a whole lot scheduled to do this next week. So I'll get a lot of practice in this upcoming week. I want to do another video next weekend. Probably next weekend, unless I'm just messing around and something I'll find something else that's kind of cool that I want to put up real fast. Anybody that's watching, I hope you're starting to pick a few things up and going along with me on my journey. Go back through my videos, my older videos, and you'll see how things have progressed. It's been 7 weeks. We're actually beginning the 7th week on Friday. So things are progressing, and I'm learning. I know how to play the instrument now. I do. I know the basics and some of the other stuff. So I picked it up in less than 2 months, and now I'm just trying to build on what I know and develop the skills that I need to start sounding good, and that'll come with just practice and finding stuff that sounds good and trying to emulate it and whatnot. So harmonica journey continues. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in a few days or a week or so. Check back then.